Curious which beloved food traditions have faded into the pages of history? Today, we're taking a look back at 20 food traditions that once brought Americans together. These memories remind us of a world that was slower, warmer, and more connected. Let's jump in. Back in 1954, Swanson brought something special to the American dinner table: the TV dinner. These convenient, pre-prepared meals, neatly portioned into compartments on a tray, fit perfectly into the emerging TV-centric lifestyle, letting families catch their favorite shows without skipping dinner. By the late 50s and 60s, TV dinners had become a cultural icon, embodying the essence of modern convenience. Everyone remembers those iconic aluminum trays, each section keeping the peas, carrots, and mashed potatoes from mingling. Marketed as a time saver for the busy household, these dinners really resonated during an era when more families had both parents working. The ads played up the freedom from the kitchen, pitching TV dinners as the go-to solution for a fast-paced American life. Then there were soda fountains, these delightful fixtures of American drugstores going strong since the late 1800s. They hit their stride in the mid-20th century as places where folks mingled over milkshakes, sodas, and ice cream sodas. These charming spots became central to social life, peaking in popularity in the 1940s and 1950s. The soda jerk, as the attendant was called, would mix various flavored syrups into carbonated water, creating delightful drinks on demand. Customers often sat on stools at the counters, enjoying their treats in a lively atmosphere. Soda fountains offered a unique charm, providing a space where people of all ages could gather, socialize, and enjoy refreshments. However, they declined with the rise of fast food restaurants and changes in retail practices, as quicker service models became more popular, overshadowing the slower, more social soda fountain experience. Milkman deliveries, a service that started in the United States in the late 19th century, became particularly popular in the 1950s as suburban living expanded. This service involved daily deliveries of fresh milk and other dairy products to households, typically in iconic glass bottles. Milkmen were a familiar sight in neighborhoods known for their reliable early morning deliveries. The peak of milkman deliveries coincided with a time when few households had refrigerators capable of storing large amounts of perishable goods, making daily deliveries essential. The most remembered aspect of this service is the milkman's role as a community figure who not only delivered milk, but also served as a friendly, trustworthy presence in neighborhoods. The decline of this tradition came with the advent of supermarkets and improved home refrigeration, offering greater convenience and variety, shifting consumer habits. Tupperware parties took off in the 1950s, introduced by Tupperware Brands Corporation as an innovative marketing strategy. These home-based selling events saw hosts inviting friends and family over to check out and purchase Tupperware products. The popularity of these parties peaked in the 1970s, combining social gatherings with business opportunities, especially for women. The unique selling point of Tupperware parties was showcasing the product's durability and utility, particularly the airtight seals that kept food fresh longer. The parties were set in a casual, friendly atmosphere, where the host demonstrated the products while guests enjoyed snacks and socialized. Tupperware parties created an empowering environment, offering innovative, durable kitchen products and a fun social selling model, making them a standout phenomenon in direct sales. Victory gardens, also called war gardens, were home gardens planted during World War II to boost food production and help alleviate pressure on the public food supply. This initiative, which started in 1942, was part of the civilian war effort, and it encouraged citizens to cultivate vegetables, fruits, and herbs in their backyards and public parks. During the war, about 20 million victory gardens were planted across the United States, producing approximately 40% of all the fresh vegetables consumed in the country. The gardens peaked in popularity from 1942 to 1945, allowing individuals to contribute directly to the war effort. A standout feature of Victory Gardens was their ability to foster a sense of self-reliance and patriotism. After the war, Victory Gardens fell out of favor with the end of rationing and the resurgence of commercial agriculture, salad bars started to become popular in restaurants during the health-conscious 1970s. The first modern salad bar is credited to the restaurant R.J. Grunt's in Chicago, which introduced the concept in 1971. These self-service stations allowed diners to customize their salads with a variety of fresh ingredients, including greens, vegetables, proteins, and dressings. Salad bars were initially introduced to meet growing consumer demand for fresher, healthier dining options. Their peak years were in the late 1970s and 1980s, when they became a staple in both casual and upscale eateries. However, their prevalence has declined due to heightened food safety concerns and the costs of maintaining a wide variety of fresh produce. Instant coffee, made from brewed coffee beans that are then freeze-dried or spray-dried, became widely available in the United States after World War II. It gained traction in the 1950s and 1960s as a convenient alternative to traditionally brewed coffee. Preparing instant coffee simply involves adding hot water to the dried coffee granules, making it ideal for a quick cup at home or on the go. The peak popularity of instant coffee was during the 1970s, aligning with the fast-paced lifestyle of many Americans. Instant coffee played a memorable role in American pop culture, often associated with busy work environments and quick coffee breaks. While its popularity stemmed from its ease of use and consistent flavor, instant coffee has since declined with the rise of artisanal coffee culture. Ice cream socials are community events where people gather to enjoy homemade ice cream, often organized by churches, schools, or neighborhood groups. These socials were particularly popular in the United States during the early to mid-20th century. The peak era of ice cream socials was in the 1950s, when they served as a popular summer activity that brought communities together. These events often included games, music, and other festivities enhancing the communal experience. However, the popularity of ice cream socials has declined with the rise of other forms of entertainment and the widespread availability of ice cream. Baking contests have been a staple of American fairs and community events, gaining prominence in the mid-20th century. These contests allow individuals to showcase their baking skills, competing in categories like pies, cakes, and bread. The first official American baking contest was the Pillsbury Bake Off, which started in 1949 and remains one of the most prestigious baking competitions today. Other baking contests, often held at county fairs, showcased regional specialties like apple pies and fruitcakes. Baking contests peaked in the 1950s and 1960s, coinciding with a broader interest in home baking and community activities. These events have declined due to changes in lifestyle, with fewer people baking at home. Automat restaurants known for their coin-operated food dispensers first appeared in the United States in the early 20th century, reaching peak popularity in the 1950s. These establishments offered freshly prepared dishes behind small glass windows that customers could access by inserting coins. The experience was unique, blending fast food convenience with the quality of freshly made meals in a cafeteria setting. Customers loved the novelty and efficiency of serving themselves in an era when self-service was rare. The iconic memory associated with automat restaurants is the futuristic feel of getting food from a machine, a concept that fascinated people. Automats were popular due to their affordability, efficiency, and the fun of using the coin-operated mechanism. However, their decline came with the rise of fast food chains, offering quicker service and extensive menus. Fondue parties, popular in the United States during the 1960s and 1970s, were all about gathering around a communal pot of melted cheese or chocolate, where guests dipped in various foods like bread, fruits, or vegetables. These events became a hallmark of communal dining, cherished for their interactive nature and warm, intimate atmosphere. The tradition originated in Switzerland in the 18th century as a way to use up leftover cheese and bread. The appeal of fondue parties lay in the unique experience of cooking together at the table, blending good food with good company in a fun and relaxed environment. The fondue pot, typically made of ceramic or enameled cast iron, is heated over a flame. maintaining the perfect temperature for dipping. Drive-in theaters, also known as drive-in cinemas, first gained popularity in the 1950s, becoming an iconic part of American culture. These outdoor cinemas let people watch movies from their cars with a large screen set up in a spacious parking area. The snack bar was an essential feature, offering popcorn, sodas, and classic American snacks to enhance the movie-watching experience. The peak of drive-in theaters' popularity was in the 1950s and 1960s, offering a perfect blend of entertainment and privacy for families and couples. The memorable element of drive-in theaters is the unique experience of viewing movies under the stars, creating lasting memories. Drive-in theaters with snack bars were unique, combining entertainment with the convenience of staying in your car. However, they declined with the rise of multiplex cinemas and home video. Supper clubs, those charming dining establishments offering gourmet meals and live entertainment, rose to popularity in the United States in the 1930s and enjoyed a resurgence in the 1950s and 1960s. These clubs were often situated on the outskirts of towns, providing a destination where patrons could spend the entire evening, from dinner to dancing. Supper clubs were known for their sophisticated ambience, usually featuring soft lighting, live bands, and a dance floor. Their golden age was in the 1950s, when they became social hubs for formal night outs, offering a touch of glamour and exclusivity. Supper clubs' popularity came from their ability to provide a complete night out with fine dining, cocktails, and entertainment all in one place. They declined as social habits changed and new forms of entertainment emerged. Pig pickings, also known as pig roasts, are a cherished tradition in the southern United States where a whole hog is cooked, often over an open fire or in a large barbecue pit. The tradition dates back to early colonial times, with pig roasts serving as a communal gathering for celebrations and holidays. This tradition, deeply rooted in Southern culture, became particularly popular in the latter half of the 20th century. Pig pickings are lively events that combine food, festivity, and community spirit, typically involving large gatherings where the hog is the centerpiece of the meal. The decline of pig pickings is due to changing food preferences and the logistical challenges of large-scale communal meals. Clam bakes are a northeastern coastal tradition where seafood, potatoes, and corn are steamed on the beach over a bed of seaweed. This tradition gained popularity in the early 20th century and saw a resurgence in the 1960s and 1970s as a festive summer activity that brought communities and families together. An iconic memory of clam bakes is the unique and flavorful experience of eating freshly cooked seafood by the ocean. The decline of clam bakes can be attributed to environmental regulations, limited venues, and the rising costs of seafood, making these events less common. Jell-O molds became a popular dessert in American households from the 1950s through the 1970s. This dessert involves adding ingredients like fruits or vegetables to flavor gelatin, then letting it set in decorative molds to achieve intricate shapes. The Jell-O brand, founded in 1897, became a household name with molds evolving into a staple of mid-century cuisine. In fact, Utah consumes more Jell-O per capita than any other state, leading to it being named the official state snack in 2001. Jell-O molds peaked in popularity in the 1960s when they were a fixture at both casual family dinners and formal gatherings. With their vibrant colors and creative presentations, it's making Jell-O molds a fun and festive element at many events. Casserole dinners have been a mainstay in American cuisine, especially from the 1950s through the 1980s, celebrated for their convenience and comfort. Casseroles typically combine proteins, vegetables, and a starchy binder in one dish, which is then baked. Classic recipes like tuna noodle casserole and green bean casserole became staples of American dinner tables. The word casserole comes from the French term for saucepan, and the dish became popular in America during the Great Depression for its affordability. They became synonymous with family meals and potluck gatherings due to their ease of preparation and ability to feed a crowd. Post-World War II, America saw the rise of the cocktail party, which became a significant part of social life, especially in the 1950s and 1960s. These events epitomized sophisticated gatherings where guests enjoyed drinks and appetizers in chic settings, often held in private homes or elegant venues. Cocktail parties featured stylish presentations, including well-stocked bars and servers offering canapés and other finger foods. The golden era of these gatherings highlighted their role in social and business networking, providing a platform for interaction among the upper echelons of society. A distinctive element of cocktail parties is the classic cocktail attire, a symbol of glamour and elegance. These gatherings were often enhanced by unique themes or live music, making them memorable social occasions. Potluck suppers, commonly known as potlucks, are communal dining experiences where each participant contributes a dish to share. This tradition became a staple event in American communities and churches in the mid-20th century, particularly flourishing in the 1950s and 1960s. Potlucks typically involve a variety of homemade dishes, from casseroles and salads to desserts and breads, allowing for a diverse and abundant meal. Participants enjoy the sense of community and sharing that potlucks foster, with everyone contributing to the meal's success. The height of potluck popularity was during an era when community bonds were strong, and such events were key social gatherings. A memorable feature of potlucks is the communal spirit and the surprise element of tasting different homemade recipes. Potlucks became popular because they are economically efficient, easy to organize, and reinforce community ties by bringing people together in a relaxed setting. The microwave oven, a revolutionary kitchen appliance, became a household staple in the late 20th century, especially after gaining popularity for home use in the 1970s. This gadget uses microwave radiation to heat food, cutting down cooking time significantly compared to traditional methods. In 1975, microwave sales exceeded those of gas ranges for the first time, marking a significant shift in kitchen technology. Microwave ovens became especially popular in the 1980s, praised for their ability to reheat leftovers and cook pre-packaged meals in minutes. The convenience of pushing a few buttons to have a meal ready in no time changed how American households prepared food. Innovations like the rotating plate for even heating and variable power settings for different cooking needs made microwave ovens both practical and unique. Did those food traditions bring back some flavorful memories? If so, like this video, click subscribe, and stay tuned for more nostalgia trips.